Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled Delusion versus Reality. The moment she found out, men see her as basic. Let's get right into it.
Tonight I challenged myself to go up to 5 guys that I thought were attractive and see what happens. I went up to 4. Okay.
Okay, where do I start?
The first guy I went up to, I straight up asked him eventually. I said, what do you really think about me? And he just, so cute. Okay, such a nice guy. He honestly said, though, I'm just not attracted to you.
Damn.
And I gave him a hug. I thank you so much for being honest with me.
So it's almost a year later. It's now March 2025, and I'm doing a dry March. I don't think I have to explain more as to why.
And then after that, I went somewhere else, just outside 7-Eleven where I got my toasty. There was a guy that I saw like 3 times. He had a New York Yankees hat. Oh, I also went up to another guy at the techno club. Got his Instagram too. They're all gonna be a full moon party, but I'm gonna be up there, so who knows what happens. But I'm proud of myself for trying. This is rejection therapy, but it is what it is. I don't think I'm ugly. I'm fine. Beauty is subjective, so it's just not the right people, but I will find my mans. But it's not tonight, and that's okay. I will have my toasty and my water and go to sleep.
It's actually really funny to look back on that. I forgot I recorded that. I actually proceeded to FaceTime my friends, my guy friends after, and they really helped console me and make me feel less unattractive. But honestly, I was in the midst of figuring out that it doesn't matter what other people think about me. Like, beauty actually is subjective. I wasn't even saying that even though I was drunk. So I understood. That version of Ali understood. But I've come a long way now. Because of that exercise really does help. So for anybody watching, I actually do recommend you try rejection therapy. And liquid courage, like, it works. It helps. You don't care as much.
Okay, I want you to imagine.
You know, it's funny because I agree. She is rather basic, right? She's nothing exceptional. And she's an average girl. But at least she's fit. At least she's fit. At least she took the rejection very well, right? I'd like to see more women take rejection this way. In fact, she actually was inspired to go approach more men and try and shoot her shot, okay? And I think this is where a lot of modern women have to come to grips with. That you might be average, you might be basic, okay? And you still need to shoot your shot, okay? I know some black women don't want to do that. They don't want to believe that they're average or basic, you know? Lizzo is losing a lot of weight right now, and to me, her confidence is going up. She's talking about BBL allegations. What BBL allegations? I don't know. But we're at a place now where average women are starting to feel that, oh, men are starting to treat us like we're average too. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Men are walking away and saying, you know what? You're average, you're basic. I don't, you know, the juice ain't worth the squeeze. I don't got to jump through hula hoops through you. And honestly, if you're throwing yourself at me, you might be a 304.
I actually do recommend you try rejection therapy. And liquid courage, like, it works. It helps. You don't care as much.
Okay, I want you to imagine yourself as a 5'5" man. However, there is one secret that women have learned about you. They realize if they call you tall, there's a good chance you might just give them money. So you walk through life unaware of this. And random women will periodically approach you and compliment you on how tall you are. They ask you, do you play basketball? How can you fit in the back of that taxi cab? Do you get your clothes specially made because you're so tall? So many of these random compliments that you start to believe it's true. Well, because you now identify as a 6'6" man, you start considering leaving your job as an accountant to live out your dream as the second coming of Clyde Drexler. You leave your average looking girlfriend because as a tall man, you require at least an 8 or maybe an 8.5. However, even though you have brainwashed yourself so effectively into believing that you're a 6'6" man, your surroundings don't match your expectations because in reality, you're still a 5'5" man. And this is something you can't change. This is the plight of most modern women, brainwashed by the phenomenon we know as predatory generosity.
Oh, I see what he meant by that. Okay, so he's comparing modern women to short kings. I was like, where's he going with this? You know what I'm saying? A short dude got deluded that he can play in the basketball league? No, modern woman. Oh, yeah. A lot of men hype them up for them to think that the guy that they really want. Like, she's probably going after a straight stud who's like, what? I bang like way better Asian girls than you. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. You know, and this is why, like, people don't understand. The Bible talks about the heart. right? Because so many women, they listen to words that make them feel better about themselves, and they try to turn the things that they love into truth, right? But you don't need to turn the things you love into the truth. You need to just love the truth, right? Don't try to turn the things you love into truth. Just love the truth. Okay, that's just two sides of the same coin, right? But I'm saying this to say that Jeremiah 17:9, it says, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? Who can know it? The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? And how many women do you know they rely on how they feel, their heart, they feel, they feel. But in the scripture, in the word, it says the heart is deceitful. The most deceitful. This is why people lie to women. Because women understand lies. Because they deceive themselves. Their heart lets them deceive themselves. And so these average girls think that they can get with the top dude. And they really can't. They really can't. You know, and it's sad because it's not like the top dude lied to them. It's that they lied to themselves. They fell for the lies of someone else. But if they leaned on the truth, they'll understand their shortcomings. They'll understand their folly. But would women lean on the truth is a question. I don't think so, but it's a possibility.
Given to women as bait to access those sweet sugar walls. Yes, I'm talking to you because you have committed acts of, performative altruism, so to speak, to smash some coochie to smithereens. As you should, by the way. This is why, even though they are 4, 5s, and 6s, they believe they deserve 10s. This is also why they end up either alone or trying to swing on a branch of hypergamy that can't handle their weight. For example.
How old are you, ladies?
I'm 49. 40 fine.
I'm 22.
Has dating gotten easier for you or harder?
I don't know. I'm about to find out.
Why do you say that?
Because I just left my husband.
Is your sex drive still as high as it was when you were her age?
Oh my God. It's higher, baby. Higher. Like at 22, I had no idea what was going on. At 40 fine, yeah.
Now you know exactly how to pleasure a
I know
man.
exactly what to tell you, where to go, how to get there. And a little then more and then some.
I mean, you like a young guy, right?
I
not just all about-
wouldn't mind trying that out.
Might as well have some fun while you're still here.
Listen, I met my husband 20 years ago.
Let's
when
not
we
talk
were
about
both
that.
Young.
I'm in Miami for the weekend. You know what I'm saying, sweetheart?
I remember what a young boy tastes like. I wouldn't mind tasting that again.
Jamaican chocolate?
I love that. Yes.
I mean, we are on an island. We might as well.
I mean, we're tropical people, aren't we? I'm Dominican.
All right, so when are we going to send the little kid home? You know what I'm saying? Like, the hotel room is back there,
She's
baby.
my roommate. I could send her home, but no.
Yes, our brother.
She's getting bagged on camera. 49-year-old lady throwing it at man. Look at how she's looking at the brother. Look how she's looking at him, okay? She wants him. She desires him, okay? And it's funny because she just got a divorce. She's 49. She just got a divorce. And look how she's acting. She says her X drive is higher now than it was then. God talks about there's 3 sins. There's 3 devils. Not 3 sins, sorry. There's 3 devils. Worldliness, the flesh, and the devil, right? The devil is the author of confusion. He tries to confuse you. The devil can't block you from your blessings, but he can confuse you so you block yourself from your blessings. The devil can't block you from your blessings, but he'll confuse you so you block yourself from the blessings. That's exactly what happened in Genesis chapter 3 with the serpent and Eve. He confused her, and she allowed herself to be confused because she didn't lean on the word. She leaned on her heart. Again, Jeremiah 17:9, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? But she's relying on her flesh. She's relying on her heart. It feels good. Oh, the taste of something. The taste? Those are the evils. You see, to be a higher being means that the head is the control center and the body, right, follows the head. But when you are falling victim to your flesh, you're letting your body be the leader of the head. That the body is now the decision-making thing. That, oh, this thing might feel good. This might taste good. It might be good. Therefore, it is good. Therefore, I'm going to use my mind to make the decision to do this thing. You see what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm putting down? This is what's happening, right? And here's an attractive woman to me who could just stayed with her husband. Maybe she probably broke up. She probably divorced her husband. She said she divorced him. So, 80% of women divorce their actual husband to chase the flesh, to chase evil, to feel something. That's why you can never trust someone that follows their heart, because again, Jeremiah 17:9. How many times do you want me to say it? The heart is deceitful above all things. There's nothing more deceitful than the heart. And it's desperately wicked. Who can know it? Who can know it?
Well,
I mean, we're tropical people, aren't we? I'm Dominican.
all right, so when are we going to send the little kid home?
Look, guys, you understand body language, right? She's pretty much saying, yeah, I submit. She rests her head on his chest. Baby, that's what she would be doing if she's riding the boy. This is complete submission. And he has status. She probably knows who he is, probably seen the videos before. Now that she sees the videos, she's interested in what he has to possibly offer. Maybe he seems to be more successful than her husband is, her ex-husband is. And he's younger. And she's desperately trying to make a comeback.
I'm saying, like, the hotel room is back there, baby.
She's my roommate. I could send her home, but no!
Yes, our brother brandished the Jamaican accent on cue. Well played. Now look at this 49-year-old woman attempting to hit the club with her 22-year-old accomplice, bragging about her sexual prowess on social media for attention, like a drunken sailor. I ask you, what does she plan to achieve on this night? She is only fencing practice for a young man that has a fetish for MILF women, like our brother here doing the interview, who has intentions of putting both of her legs behind her neck. For yoga, obviously, not for missionary. Now, if you're a man in his 40s, you couldn't possibly see a future with this bumbling fool. Maybe you might want to see if you could touch her tonsils with your third leg, but that's about all she's useful for. Worst off, imagine if this was your ex-wife, embarrassing your last name and creed in this manner. Blasphemy. That's why I always say, a woman you associate with or recognize as your woman is your diplomat. She represents you and what you stand for. Choose wisely, my brothers. Trust me, even younger women are sick and tired of being used for sex.
I'm about to be 29 years old in less than 2 months.
By the way, if you're enjoying this right now, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification. It really helps. I appreciate you guys. I know a good portion of the people that watch my videos, 30% of my videos are watched by my audience, 1 out of 3 views, so I'm rocking with it. But you other 70%, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. Let's get right back to the content.
I've never experienced romantic love. I've never been in a long-term relationship. And that's embarrassing as for me to admit.
Translation. I am a 29-year-old woman that is about to start my pilgrimage up the wall of no return. At first, it was fun dating men without expectations. I also judge my worth with the same scale men use, aka my value is based on the amount of Chads and Tyrones that I have slept with, not on how many of them actually stayed with me. But this got old fast because I'm not built like a man. And I am tired of being used like a disposable toy. I'm really ashamed by this epiphany and the fact that none of these men actually wanted to get to know me better.
Even more embarrassing, and it feels even more ick to admit, is that I would like to experience that. And I actually wish for it. For the longest time, I know that I have put on the facade of ill, love, gross, cringe. People ask, oh, have you been dating? No, I can't be bothered. It's not that I can't be bothered. I don't know what's stopping me other than the fact that I live in Florida, right?
No, what's stopping you is pride, hubris, and cognitive dissonance. Also, your faith to the feminist manifesto and the unforgivable sin of trying to decenter your only connection to the heavens, aka man.
Now, but I think admitting it out loud though, saying that I've never experienced romantic love, It feels embarrassing because it validates all the shit that my mind tells me about myself. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not thin enough. I'm not good enough.
No, I think you suffer from a lack of sexual
discipline.
That's the first issue at hand.
No, I agree with her, man. These are self-fulfilling prophecies. You gotta listen. The word is powerful. You know, when I talk about the Bible, the word, right? It's written word. The language is important. What you tell yourself is very important, because what's going to happen is who you are is going to determine what you do, and what you do is going to determine what you have. Be, do, have. Okay? So we are spiritual beings, therefore we do a thing, and therefore we have a thing. Okay? But if you focus on doubt and what you're not, your limitations, and you tell yourself a story that you're not worth it, what do you think your actions are going to reflect? Right? Someone that says to themselves, I'm worth it. When I say to myself, I'm going to focus on my business, I'm going to have intention, right? I'm going to focus on a thin and narrow, very specific plot a very specific course and follow that course. That's because I believe that there's a great amount of joy I'm going to achieve when I reach my goal. Right? It's the anticipation of a great thing that's going to happen. That's no different than someone anticipating something bad that's about to happen. If you think something bad is going to happen to you, and that's your identity, you identify with that, that's your being, who you are, what are you going to do? Of course you're going to drink, right? You're going to anesthetize yourself, right? Put yourself under anesthesia, right? Hypnotize yourself. Because you're trying to cope with the pain of your anxiety. Which, by the way, anxiety is fear, right? But it's not real fear, because real fear has to do with the caution against a real imminent threat, right? Anxiety, right? A real present threat, right? That's a caution towards a present threat. That's what fear is, right? But anxiety is like fear, right? The same feelings of fear. Your body can't tell the difference for an event that's not present, that didn't happen yet, for something you don't desire, right? So she doesn't want the outcome of being a girl who's not attractive, who's ugly, not good enough, not fit enough, whatever she's describing herself as. But she tells herself these stories, and therefore she's going to do the thing that's going to make sure that that thing actually happens. And this is why words are important, because you reap what you sow, and you sow with your words. Right? And so this is why you can't tell yourself something's insurmountable, because you'll never do it. Right? You have to be crazy enough to believe that you could achieve something in order to achieve it. Right? That's Steve Jobs, right? The people who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones that actually do, right? But it's not this law of attraction where you're just going to sit back and have some great thoughts. No, it's the idea that your thoughts become things, because what you think you are, who you think you are, is going to affect your precepts, and your precepts are going to affect your behavior. And based on that behavior, we know whether you're responding or reacting to your environment. So I don't want to go too deep down in that. That's kind of another rabbit hole. But, I do agree with her that because she has these thoughts, they self-validate themselves in her life. They manifest in her life.
And yes, I agree. Maybe you're not good enough, but not in the way you're framing it. Yes, my stomach can't digest such victimhood. But regardless, maybe you need to work on being a better girlfriend. Work on pleasing a man in places other than the bedroom. Again, I'm assuming that you're not a pillow princess with all your practice. Learn what makes men feel comfortable. Seek knowledge from women that are in long-term happy relationships. And most importantly, respect a man's thoughts.
Respect my fucking authority!
Maybe start there instead of the...
I think... it's so funny you put South Park there, yo. I don't know. That's this video. I appreciate you guys for watching the video. I think it's very interesting that average women are starting to see now that, men are just like, you know what? You're average. And listen, I don't know if you guys see the trend, but men are just walking away. The trend is right now, men are dating less. A lot of women are trying to do single events. They're trying to do all types of things. Nobody's showing up. Men are saying, we don't want this. That's just the reality. And I think it's making a lot of women realize you're not who you thought you were. You know, and this girl, she didn't think she's exactly what she thought she was. She didn't think she was anything. But, you know, you should think that you have value, right? Don't tell yourself ideas for outcomes you don't desire. I'm not going to tell myself an idea for an outcome I don't desire, right? I understand radically accepting yourself, but just thinking that you only deserve a great life because you're attractive, that's so narcissistic. That beautiful people enjoy a good life, but unattractive people don't enjoy a good life. So her whole narcissistic paradigm is biting her in the butt, right? You know, you don't have to be a Proverbs 31 woman, right? The perfect wife doesn't have to be the most attractive dime in the world. You know what I'm saying? But if she says she's not the most fit, she could become more fit, right? It's better than drinking and hookup culture. But again, I try to say this is that people need this guidance. They don't know this. They don't understand this because they've been confused for so much of their life. They don't know how to look at things the way they really are. They don't know the truth. They don't read the truth. They don't lean on the truth. Okay, our ancestors gave us such a text that we could follow and rely on reliably because it is the truth, and therefore it cannot lie. It cannot lie. Okay? But that's a conversation for another day. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you over there.